There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
All right, guys, so we're going to record the second half of the call. We've gone over AIRO strategies 1, 3, and 11. I'm going to show you what works best on the indices now. I'll show you the trade that I took last night, and let's look to see where we would have got in with strategy 11. So I was in on German 30 last night. I had an entry in right there, and I had another entry in right there. So I had 2 entries in. You can go back and look at my Instagram page, and you'll see. No, I'm sorry, I only had 1 entry in. I apologize. I had double entries in on GJ. So I had 1 entry in here. All right, right there. Caught the nice move. All right, when the news came out, beautiful setup. Should have held it because this thing fell off a cliff. So let us throw strategy 11 on and let us figure out, why did Nate get in there? All right. So as we see here, we're right here at the support level, leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, leg 4, the M. So M formation here, leg 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Now the beautiful thing is, look at this. This M is slanted down. This M is slanted what? Up. That is what we call divergence. All right. When price is going one direction and you have a technical indicator that has a price going in a different, or momentum or price or whatever it's measuring going in a different direction, that is what you call a technical divergence. All right. A technical divergence. We already know the overall trend is a sell trend. It's been in the sell trend for weeks. We go to the H1, you can see here more red zones, no green zones at all. All right, so we already know overall trend has been sell. We've been selling German 30 for a while now. All right, let's go back to the 15. You can even see it's even clearer here on the 5 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute. It's even clearer here, right at the zone. Look at that. Slanted down. Oh, it's a little different now. They're both slanted down here. So on the 5 minute, but on the 15 minute, they were slanted up. So we had that divergence. All right, slanted down, slanted up. Oh, never mind, it's a different place. Let's go back to the 5 minute. And we scroll back. Oh, there we go. Slanted down. Yep. And this is like it's slanted right across. So that's still a divergence. The prices you see here, the indicator has price even going right across. And the price itself is slanted down. All right. So what are we doing? Strategy 11, bounced out the resistance zone. We got the divergence. Information, and we just wait for what? We wait for it to cross. Boom, cross right there. All right. Had I used AIRO on the 5 minute, I'd have got in a little earlier. All right, I would have got in a little earlier, and you can see that entry right there. You'd have had an entry right here with a stop loss here. As you can see, price never came back to that stop loss. Got closed. That stop loss is 40 pips. It got to 27, and then boom. That drop right there is 5,700 pips. 5,700 pips. And look what happened along the way. Along the way, you had a what? Bounce, AIRO, go. And we already know the rules. If you follow the rules and went and watched the back office, you can take 2 consecutive down arrows or up arrows depending on the trend. So the trend is downtrend. Here's the first bag entry. Here's the second one. This one barely had any drawdown. This one had a little drawdown. Not much though. 14 pips. And then this one had 7 pips. 27 pip drawdown, 14 pip drawdown, 7 pip drawdown. And this is an indice, the precision on the entries. Strategy number 11 to get in. And then you got strategy number 1 back to back. So you could have caught, let's see here, that first entry just down in there, 5,700 pips. The second entry, 5,100 pips. So now that's 10,800. And then this entry, 44 pips, that's 15,200 pips. 3 positions using 2 strategies. You caught over 15,000 pips. And your total drawdown was less than 50 pips combined, 27, 14, and 7. That's 48 pips drawdown. 48 pips drawdown would have got you 15,200 pips before you had a nice pullback. It still kept going down. You could have got more. But before the pullback came, you would have caught over 15,000 pips with less than 50 pip drawdown. I mean, I don't know to tell you guys. This is why the team's been winning all day, every day. If you follow the rules, go back test, look at it, test that on your demo, and then once you feel comfortable, you jump in your live. I use strategy 11 on every call. Doesn't matter if we're trading stocks, doesn't matter if we're trading indices, strategy 11 all day, every day. So this is the best strategy, in my personal opinion, number 11, to getting in trades with indices. Reason being, you want to use it on the indices because it allows for low drawdown. It has tight, as you saw the rules I just showed you, tight parameters on your stop losses. All right, so you're not sitting there trying to say, oh, I'm going to use 1,000 pip stop loss. All right, 15,000 pips, 50 pip drawdown. I wasn't staying up that long, guys. I think I was up 900 pips. I think I locked in about 500 plus. And came back, hit my stop loss and profit. And then I made about $536, something like that, on German 30. And then I caught the rest of the money. The other $1,500 I made was with the Great Britain pound, Japanese yen. So every day, guys. Now, let me show you the beauty. All right. Let me show you the beauty of what's coming. All right. What's coming. So let us clear off this here. Let's just go to GJ. Where's GJ at? GJ. Actually, first of all, I'll just show you some of the new software is coming. All right, so we'll go over those. We have 2 new softwares launching very, very, very soon. I'll announce dates when the time comes. All right, should probably be hearing from me very soon on those dates. All right. All right, so here's gold. All right, here's gold. All right, here is gold. As you can see, last night, this is yesterday, last night, you can see overall trend is up. Gold been running. Bounce, AIRO. Even on gold, man, that was only a 45 pip drop pullback, which again, your stop loss is going to be below this low. And it ran up 163 pips, risking 45 to get 163. That is only, what is that? That's about a 1 to 3.5 risk reward ratio. And then guess what? During New York session, which is the best time to trade, this is the trade I would have took because gold, it does move during London. But the best time to trade it is during New York because gold is a New York session pair. All right. Anything that says USD is going to trade it very heavily during the New York session. But you can see what? Bounce, AIRO, stop loss would have been easier, tighter, 40 pip stop loss. But it only came down 14 pips and it ran up 174 pips. You risked 14 pips or let's say you risk the 40 pips here to get 174. That's a 1 to 4.35. 1 to 4.35 risk to reward ratio, which means for every dollar you're risking, you're making $4.35. That's what 1 to 4.35 risk to reward ratio means. For every dollar, for every pip, you're risking 40 pips to catch 174. All right. So here we go. Now let's open up gold yet again. Gold, we're gonna open it up 3 more times. All right, 3 more times. All right, on other charts. We already had it open. Oh, that's fine. All right. So you can see gold been running for a while. Had you caught on this H1 chart, you'd still be in this trade from the 16th of last week. Still be in this buy. Be up pretty nice right now. You'd had 15 pip drawdown and you'd be up over 500 pips right now. Over 500. All right. Since last week, just holding. Now, where are you? Red light, green light is a software that's coming out as well. All right, this week. And you can see, look at the entry. See, gold had a bag entry right here. Red light, green light, very similar entry. Same entry, actually. If you hold the same, yeah, exact same entry. And that's beautiful. I'll show you why that's beautiful later on, because their entry criteria on red light, green light are not the same as AIRO. All right, they're not the same. As you can see here, there's a down arrow right here, up arrow here, up arrows. Actually, the up arrow, this one came earlier. This one came earlier. All right, these are the same on arrow, but the up arrow, this one was on this long green candle. On red light, green light, you can see it came on the candle before. All right, so red light, green light does the same thing. Red light, green light is a software that utilizes a form of a market maker strategy. A market maker is an individual that creates the bid and the ask. All right, you see right here, if I sell gold, I sell it at 1909.93. If I buy gold, I buy it at 1910.18. All right, these are the prices I can buy and sell gold at. All right, these prices are created by the market makers. If they continue to create these prices lower, then guess what? Price moves lower. If they create these prices and offer them to the public like us to buy higher, then guess what? Price moves higher. They move the market. Market makers. That's why they're called market makers. They make the market. They're the ones that actually make the market. All right. Now, they can be enticed by a couple things, mainly money. So you'll see them move the market to areas where there's money at, because of course they have to make money. All right. Now let's look at it. Easy software. Very easy software, as you can see here. All right. The entry would have been here. All right. I already have indicator list. So on red light, green light, you can see here, take profit 20 pips, take profit 40 pips, stop loss 20 pips. All right. So what that means is on the chart, it's going to show me this red line here is my stop loss. So when it comes time to put a trade on, all you have to do is drag your stop loss here. And in this first green line is the 20 pip take profit. The second green line is the 40 pip take profit. So I can drag my entry to take profit 1 or take profit 2. And I don't have to worry about counting pips, because I already know, or the software already tells me exactly where my entry criteria is. If I say I want 20 pip stop loss, it's going to give it to me. Therefore, I know to pull my entry down there. All right. This right here, of course, is the stop light. Everybody knows red light, green light, based on, for me, it wasn't based on the movie, the TV show Squid Games. It's based on the game I played when I was a kid called red light, green light. All right. Just like a stoplight. All right. When the trend is uptrend, it's going to say what? It's going to say green light. When it's a downtrend, it's going to say red light. All right. Right now, we're in uptrend. We've been in uptrend on gold for a while. All right. So that's one software coming out. This is a very easy beginner software. All right. There is no analyzing the charts. It says buy, you buy. It says sell, you sell. And the software will be an automated trading software as well. Imagine being in this trade on your gold trade right now from automated. Woo. You'd have had that entry and that entry right there was beauty. That one ran 490 pips before it pulled back. And look, and you still up 144. The lowest to pull back. So it probably stopped you out of profit because you had a trailing stop on there, or you'd had a TP hit. And then you got back in for another push up. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. All right. So that's red light, green light. Next is, I don't know if I have it saved. Do I have it saved? Boom. Market maker trend. All right. The next one is the market maker trend software. All right. As you can see here, what? It tells you the overall market maker trend and when the day it happens. All right. So you see market pulled back. But on this day right here, the 15th of February, Valentine's Day, while everybody was out having a good time, by the time you got back on the chart the next day, you're now back in the market maker buy cycle. All right. So the beautiful thing about this software is that you can use it for multiple things. So for example, look right here. For those who like to trade institutional, like I do. Let me change the All right, put that there. Cool. All right, so we see we have a what? We have an imbalance area right here. Price came back into that area. All right, pulled out. All right. The next day, going into the New York session, we already knew we were in the market maker buy cycle. Price pulls back to that area, jumps back up, gives an up arrow. But even if it didn't, this candle before it, this red candle here went down into the area. Then we had a bullish engulfing candle out of it. We could have even got in before that candle. The arrow points to this candle, which means we get in, and this arrow only pops up when this candle closes. But we had a bullish engulfing off of the imbalance zone above the 200, and the market maker tells us we're in a market maker buy cycle. We getting in here, the arrow pops up, we get in another time, boom, we got two entries. Our first entry, just understanding price action, is up 574 pips right now. Our second entry, based on the indicator itself, we're up 489 pips right now. Over 1,000 pips. It's actually 1,163 pips right now. 1,163 pips. All right. So this software is more of an advanced indicator, but it also comes in the form of what? An expert advisor. So it will be trading for you as well. All right. Now, the power of the two. All right. The power of the two. So let's go to, where are you? Where are you? I know I saved it. Market maker trend arrow. All right. Boom. Here is market maker trend on top of arrow. It tells us what? We're in a market maker buy cycle on this day. All right. We've got this pullback. So everybody's thinking, oh, gold's ready to sell now. Nope. Came back into this imbalance area. All right. We are in market maker tells us we're still in a buy cycle. Cool. Bounce, arrow, go. No guessing about it. Now you can put market maker on top of arrow and you know exactly when to get in. No more guessing. So if there are more red zones than green zones and the overall trend changes, the market maker buy, it's time to buy. So now you can buy through the red zones. So if you have red zones up here, multiple red zones, it doesn't even matter anymore. I know these are blue, but you guys get the picture. It doesn't even matter anymore. If market maker says it's time to buy, you know now when to buy. That was the number one challenge for most people using arrow and using strategy number one, is that if there were more red zones than green zones, looking for sales, but of course the market has to turn around. And so they would miss about 2 or 3 days of buying because the trend still said sell, because there's still more red zones than green zones. Well, now you don't have to worry about it no more. Now, if market maker says it's time to buy and you have more red zones than green zones, you ignore those red zones and you take the trade right through those red zones, because guess what? We are now in a new market maker buy cycle. All right. And at the same time, let me see here. Do I have it saved as well? I don't know if I saved that one here. Just market maker trend arrow. I did not save it, but let's go ahead and put it on the chart. Let's go with AIRO. And then let's go ahead and add. Let's go ahead and add red light, green light. We'll save that as a template as well. Red light, green light. Okay. Oh. So now we got red light, green light on here as well, letting us know. And the beautiful thing about red light, green light is that when your entries match up, when red light, green light, and AIRO match up, very minimal times do you lose. Look at that. Match up, boom. Match up, boom. They don't match up. Plus the overall trend is a buy trend anyway. You're losing. You're losing. But when they match up, it's fire. It's fire. It is fire. Look, let's go back here. And the cool thing about red light, green light is when it gives you the buy or sell, all right? When it gives you the buy or sell, it's going to give it to you only in the trend. So the trend has to be a sell trend at that time. All right. So it's a sell trend here. So I give you the S. But now we're back in the buy trend. All right. So when they match up, all right. So another thing about this as well is that it's letting you know what the overall trend direction is. All right. Just like market maker, but it just tells you in the form of a red light and green light. So you put this on top of AIRO as well. All right. They all work together. All of them. I haven't put all three of them on. Let's put all three of them on. I ain't never threw all three of them on at the same time. Let's go put all that. Hold on. Let's let me save this one here. This is red light, green light AIRO. Boom, boom, boom. Save. And then let's go add on market maker trend. I've never put all three of them on before, but we already get the gist of it. We already get the gist of it. We know what it is. Boom. And now we got save template. I'm just going to call this one trifecta or something. I can't put all the names in there. Let's go with RMA. RGMA. Red light, green light, market maker AIRO. Save. Now we got all three of them. All right. Now we got all three of them. So that's it, guys. Those are the two new softwares that are coming. They're both going to have a manual indicator and a expert advisor. All right. Cool thing about this is you will be able to get both for the price of one. All right. Both for the price of one. So that means right now with AIRO, you only get AIRO. Of course, there's some supporting indicators and everything that we have, like dashboard, things of that nature. But with Gearbox, you only get a Gearbox. With Neo, you only get Neo. It's the EA itself. Going forward, with any products that I put out through Auvoria Prime, you will get both the manual trading indicator and the expert advisor for the price of one. All right, two softwares for the price of one. All right, that way, if you want to manually trade, you can. That way, if you want to just use the expert advisor only, that's fine too. All right. And the beautiful thing is, any product that that is a product that I've designed, if you are a subscriber of, you will have access to the live AIRO calls. All right. Even though the AIRO educators teach on AIRO, they're now going to start teaching with all three softwares. All right. As long as it works within their trading plan, their trading style. All right. And anybody with red light, green light, or market maker trend will have access to all the live calls for free. All right. So two softwares for the price of one, plus access to all live calls every week. As you guys know, if you have Gearbox, you can't get on an AIRO call. If you have Neo, Variable, Panther, Flash, you can't get on an AIRO call. You can't get on a Zeus live call. There's only two types of live trade calls: AIRO live calls, Zeus live trade calls. If you have Zeus, you can't get on AIRO, even though it's an indicator. It's a different product. But if you have market maker, red light, green light, or AIRO, one of the two out of the three, or all three, you will be able to get two softwares for the price of one, with red light, green light, and market maker trend, live trade calls. All right, and just more value. All right, I'm gonna check the chat for any questions. All right. Stick to plan. You win majority of times. Don't get too into risk manager's key. Learn a lot from Nate when I first started. I didn't know anything about AIRO. Yeah, man. Man, we've learned a lot over the years. We've all grown. You guys have become better traders. I've become better trader. We've learned more. Had our losses, but we've won more than we've lost. I can say that without a shadow of doubt. And we have learned a lot. All right. In these next softwares, we will continue to do the same thing. It's now just going to be that much easier. And I expect that the amount of losses we take would now shrink. All right. And our wins will now continue to grow. All right. More softwares. All right. As these softwares launch, I'll kind of walk you guys through my style of how I will use them. There's a nice balance that you want to have with your manual trading and your expert advisor trading. Just kind of give you guys a sneak peek. I'm going to feed the beast. All right. I'm going to use my manual trading because I can be more aggressive because I'm the one managing it. All right. I'm watching it and I can use bigger lot sizes. I'm going to take profits from my manual trading to put into my expert advisors, red light, green light, and market maker. And I'm going to let my expert advisors trade conservatively. All right. That's how it's going to go. Aggressive on the manual, take some profits, put in my pocket, take some profits, put into the expert advisors, and then the expert advisors will be trading while I'm asleep. I have a goal. My goal on my funded account is 1%. Some days I make more, some days I make less, some days I lose. But the goal is 1%. All right. If I hit that 1%, I'm done for the day. All right. And as that 1% adds up over the course of the month, at the end of the month, I get a profit split from the funded account. And of that profit split, some I keep because you have to pay yourself as a trader. That's the most important thing, pay yourself. Then the rest, I put into the expert advisors. I'll let them trade. All right. And I'll talk to you guys about how the expert advisors trade, what they trade, which one is better for what, and what we have coming. So we got about 3 minutes left before the end of the call. Let me check to see if there's anybody else. Binary ATM caused my platform to crash. I'm not really sure why that may be, Marvin. Never heard anybody say that. Never heard anybody say that. You may want to submit a ticket. The only thing I can think of would be your internet provider, but you should never have any problems. You're the only one I've heard say that. So submit a ticket and find out if they get some help. Will we be able to put all softwares on one chart? If you have all three, yes. You have to have all three. You have all three. All right. James, send me a message. All right. Send me a message. I believe right now AP has set up right now Silver Pass. For the most part, the software is $99. All right. I believe you get a Silver Pass. That's 2 softwares. That's going to be $308 to start, and then $228 a month. All right. So it's $99 for each software. So that's $198. $30 for the tech fee, which handles your BPS and of course access to the online platform. All right. So that's $228. And then you pay the one-time $80 admin fee at the very beginning. All right. If you have an old account you're reactivating, as long as that account has been active within the last 6 months, then you don't have to pay that $80 admin fee at the very beginning. All right. And then you just go to just paying the $228 again. All right. So that's kind of how that works. And for me, guys, $228. If you guys have been in the chat, the AIRO bag chat long enough, you guys know $228 is definitely achievable utilizing these softwares weekly. I don't even say monthly. There's no one complains in the chat group that they cannot cover their monthly subscriptions utilizing AIRO. So now adding red light, green light, and market maker, it's only going to be that much easier. All right. There's a first time person using AIRO in the chart in the chat. Oh, let me see. I forgot what they said. Let me go back and look at how many pips they caught. First time user just posted today from last night's trade, and they were up 28,158 pips trading Bitcoin and gold. First time user. Shout out to Malcolm X. That's the name. Malcolm X. First time trade. Don't know his real name. Might be Malcolm. But first day using AIRO was up 28,000 pips. Again, there's no one I've seen complain in the chat. And I mean, that they cannot cover the subscription. So 228, not even worried about it, guys. Kim said worth every dime. I agree. Looney said all three. So we will win like Miami Heat with LeBron James, Wade, and Bosh. No, we're going to win like the Chicago Bulls with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. Those guys choked. They only won 2 out of 4 years. The Bulls, 6 out of 6, baby. 6 out of 6. This guy always throwing LeBron in there, man. Come on, man. Raj said he made $1,800 on gold yesterday. $1,800. $1,800, guys, on gold. I think that's more than a $228 subscription for 2 softwares. All right. So, show you where to get it. Marvin, send me a message directly. All right. Send me a message directly. I got you. All right. It's the end of the call, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys on the call tomorrow for New York session. Again, these free live trade calls are not going to be free too much longer. They're going to be set up to where only those who have access to the softwares can log in through the back office. All right. If you're going to trade tonight, make sure you trade responsibly. I'll see you guys in the funny papers.
There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading Forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.